Hello, beautiful people of the internet. How are you doing today? My name is Jackie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how do you know if you're ready for a writing course. In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the things to consider as you contemplate this next step in your writing career. This video is also brought to you by Reedsy. A few months ago, Reedsy invited me to take part in their How to Write a Novel course taught by instructor Tom Bromley. This is a very comprehensive course that is going to teach you about storytelling, writing, and help you write your first draft in 90 days or less. I will be sharing some of my thoughts on the How to Write a Novel course in this video since I have now completed the course, and you can click on my affiliate link in the description to view more details and sign up for their next session. If you do decide to sign up, do use my code Jackie10 at checkout to get 10% off your order. Now, let's talk about should you take a writing course and some things that you should consider as you contemplate this next step. First and foremost, I think you need to consider where you are at in your writing journey. Now, I don't know if necessarily a course like Reedsy's How to Write a Novel course would be the best fit for you if you've literally never attempted to write anything in your life before, right? I think a course like this one is for people who do seriously want to pursue writing and study storytelling at that deeper level. I also think it's going to be particularly good for you if, two, you have a story that you want to tell, but you need help getting a start. Because let's be honest, writing a novel for the first time is a very intimidating process. It is a serious undertaking, and there are a lot of complicated emotions that come with that. When you finally decide to write your novel, it's very exciting, but it's also scary. It's scary to look at that blank Word document and get started. It's scary to think about writing 80 to 100,000 words. So what courses like this one are particularly helpful for are giving you inspiration and helping you build a writing routine. So if you've had this idea that's in your mind and in your heart, and you just need help figuring out where to begin, what you should do next to finally tell the story of your heart, I think a writing course is going to be very helpful for you. Another great thing about courses like this one is that they are going to take you through all the fundamentals of storytelling and teach you lessons that will apply to you regardless of what genre you write in. Maybe you're a mystery writer like me. Maybe you write romance or contemporary or historical. Maybe you're a more commercial writer or you want to write in a more literary space. Regardless, this course is going to take you through all the fundamentals of writing a novel that you're going to need no matter what you write. From beginnings to middles to endings, from character building to dialogue, it's going to cover it all. It doesn't matter what type of story you're trying to tell, it's going to help you get started on your story, flesh out your plot, your stakes, your characters, and all of the other things that you need to write a novel. Another thing that I think you need to consider when you're wondering if you should sign up for a writing course or not is how much time do you have to invest in your writing. Now, for instance, the Reedsy How to Write a Novel course has lessons for you to watch every week, except for Sundays. Those are your off days. Of course, you can always, go back and watch videos, get caught up. Like, for instance, if you have a busy week and you're like, I'm just gonna watch all the videos on Saturday, you can totally do that. But I do think you need to actually follow along with the lessons to get the most out of the course. And I think that's going to be true for any course that you take. You need to have time that you're willing and able to invest in honing your craft. I mean, think about it in terms of if you were attending a creative writing class at college, you need to actually show up every week, listen to the lessons, do the assignments, and really take it seriously, because that's what you need to do to really make the most out of your experience. Are you actually seriously looking to improve your craft and really do a deep dive into writing fundamentals? I think that's an important thing to consider, because if you're going to take a class, you want to make sure that you are making the most of it and really appreciating each lesson. You can still do this course if you work a 9-to-5 job, because I work a 9-to-5 and I still took part in the course and quite enjoyed it. I would sometimes listen to the lessons while I was checking my emails at work or on my lunch break. And the other good thing is none of them are extremely long, so it was easy to fit it into my daily routine. A lot of people in the course with me were actually retired, which I was kind of surprised by, but honestly, I think it does make sense, because if you're retired, you know, you're entering a new stage of your life. You have a lot more free time, and I think it's a great time in your life to pursue your passions and finally write that book that you've always wanted to write, but you didn't have the time up until now. So I definitely think if you're willing to invest time into taking a course like this one, that is going to make it the most worthwhile for you and really help you grow the most. I also think that if you're going to take a course like How to Write a Novel, it would be beneficial to really interact with the community. When you take this Reedsy course, you get a 1-year subscription to their Reedsy online community, where you can interact with the other people in your cohort, whether that's to ask questions about writing, plan writing sprints, or just have a fun chat with other creatives. I think that's also really going to be a beneficial aspect of our writing course, is the community that you're going to find there. I've heard of people who have taken the Reedsy course or other writing courses out there, and they ended up finding people who became long-term writing friends and critique partners, people that they were able to swap manuscripts with in the future. So if that's something that you're looking for, that you're interested in, I do think a writing course could be really helpful to you. It could really help you connect with other people who are pursuing similar goals and who can help you in your writing journey. Now, that brings me to my next point. Are you willing to actually give and receive writing feedback? Because this is an essential part of every writing course, in my opinion. When I studied creative writing in school, I would have to share my work with the class, with my professor, and give other people feedback on their work. In the Reedsy course, you can sign up for what they call Feedback Fridays. Now, these are optional, but I do think you should strongly consider taking part if you're going to sign up for this course. With Feedback Fridays, you are matched with a different person every week, and the two of you swap a writing sample, usually 1,000 words max, and then you're going to give each other critique on your writing. So it's sort of like a writing swap. And I do think if you're going to take part in any writing course, you need to be willing to receive critique from your classmates and also give them critique. Now, there are some writers who I have seen online who do not handle any form of constructive criticism well. And some people view well-intentioned critique as an attack, which honestly, I do not think that attitude is really going to be helpful to you when you're participating in a writing course or pursuing writing as a long-term profession, because writing is subjective, and there is not a single writer in the world who is perfect and above reproach. People are giving you feedback because they want to help you grow as a writer. It's not intended to tear you down. It's intended to help you learn and become even better than you are now. So I think if you're considering signing up for a course, you need to be honest with yourself. Okay, can I handle receiving feedback from other people? Am I open to what they're saying and improving my writing. You need to go in with an open mind and a willingness to learn. Because if you're closed off to that and you think that you know best, then I don't think you're really going to get anything out of this experience. You need to be willing to learn new things and consider new perspectives. And also with that, you need to think about, are you realistically willing to give critique to other people? Now, giving somebody a good writing critique is going to take time and thought, but I think it's a very valuable skill to have, because analyzing other people's writing not only helps them, but I think it also helps you. Because when you're reading somebody else's writing and thinking about what it's doing well and how they can improve, that's really helping you analyze writing and think about storytelling. Think about what works and what doesn't. And those are lessons that you can then apply to your own writing. I think it is really something that all writers should do when they can. But I have definitely been in classes in the past where I've exchanged writing with people, and to be honest, I felt like they didn't put as much effort into the critique as I put into their critique. Like, for instance, when I was in college and I was in these creative writing classes, a lot of times people would give me my work back and they would be like, "This was really good," which is obviously nice to hear, but that doesn't tell me anything, right? Like, clearly that person didn't spend a lot of time thinking about my work and what I could do better. So I think you need to be honest with yourself and be like, okay, am I willing to invest the time to help other people grow as writers just like I want them to help me? You really need to consider if you're willing to give and receive critique, because I don't think you should sign up for courses like this one if you're not willing to do that. I think it's just not going to help you, and it's not going to help the other people in the course either. Luckily, the people I was matched with in the Reedsy courses did give helpful feedback, but I've definitely been in situations in the past where deep down I felt like the other person really did not put effort into giving me critique, and that was always a bad feeling. So you really need to be willing to give that level of detail and be open to feedback to succeed in courses like this one. And finally, we gotta talk about it. Let's talk about cost. Now, pretty much any writing course that you sign up for is going to cost you money. You need to think about, okay, what am I willing and able to invest in my writing career? Not everybody has a lot of disposable income, so I do think it is important to think about your price range, because I do think investing money into a writing course is worthwhile. It really can teach you a lot, and if you choose the right one, your money will be well worth it. But also, like, I don't expect any of you to spend money that you don't have on a writing course, and if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. I do think the Reedsy course is fairly priced because you are getting a lot for the money that you're spending. I have seen publishing industry professionals charge $100, $200, $300 for a one-night webinar. And personally, I would not spend that kind of money for a one-night event, no matter how good it is, right? Because that's a lot of money for one evening. On the other hand, with Reedsy, you are getting consistent lessons over a 3-month period, and I believe that you can return to those lessons at any point. Those are yours. So if 6 months from now, you're like, what was it that Tom Bromley was talking about in that lesson on voice? I want to go back and watch that again. You can do that. You can return to them at any time. And there's also a very easy tool that you can use to take notes during the lesson if you want to write down things that you want to remember or quotes that particularly speak to you. You're also getting 1 year of access to the Reedsy online community, which was one of my favorite parts of the course, to be honest. I really loved connecting with the other people in my group and hearing from them in that online community space. You're also getting weekly live webinars with Tom Bromley and guests that he brings on, published authors, to talk about their experiences and things that they've learned during their writing careers. Tom also does, throughout the course, live editing sessions. You can submit excerpts of your writing before the sessions. This is totally optional, of course. You only have to do it if you want. And Tom will edit students writing live in the webinar. So you get an opportunity to have someone with a lot of experience give their thoughts on your work, and then the other students are able to view that as a learning opportunity themselves. So you are genuinely getting a lot in this course that I think does make it worth the investment. I think if you're going to sign up for a writing course, you need to think about, okay, what can I realistically spend? What am I willing to spend? And then when you're considering different courses, look at what they are giving you. Because I think there is a big difference between paying $1,000 for, a few hours of content versus paying $1,000 for months of content, many lessons and things like that. You really need to think about what they are giving you for the money that you're spending. So I hope that this video was helpful to you as you contemplate whether or not an online writing course is the right choice for your life and writing goals. Thank you again to Reedsy for inviting me to participate in their How to Write a Novel course. I did really enjoy it, and I was honored to take part in this, so I do really appreciate them for inviting me. You can, once again, check out my affiliate link down below to learn more about the course. They do have multiple cohorts throughout the year, so you can pick the one that works best for your schedule. And if you do decide to sign up, make sure to use my code Jackie10 at checkout so you can get that discount. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, why don't you comment a green heart emoji down below so I know that you're still here. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does help me and my channel. And please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. I post new videos every Wednesday and Sunday, and you can find my social media links down below if you want to connect with me on other platforms. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you for being here, and I hope you have a dazzling rest of your day. Bye, and I'll see you next time.